Well, hello everyone. Thanks for coming outside with me today. Yeah, we're actually outside. Yes, I'm actually shooting a bow. Holy mackerel, wouldn't even believe it. Today we have the all-new Mathews Phase 4. This is the 33-inch model. I've gotten a lot of requests from people both locally at our shop in Philipsburg, PA. If you're interested, you can check out our website, averagejackarchery.com. We are your local authorized Mathews and Mission dealer. But also, of course, people on the internet through YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, so on and so forth, have requested, what are your thoughts on this? The vibration in particular, they've got the new mini limb system, or at least as I call them, 2 limbs in each set of limb. So you have 4 on top, 4 on the bottom, you have 8. I personally like the 33-inch model over the 29. I think the balance of this is absolutely fantastic. I don't have to do anything special, and it holds in my hand just fine. The 29-inch model is a little bit top-heavy for me, but also I'm a longer draw guy. You know, I'm 6'4". I have about a 31-inch draw, a little bit shy of that, and so the 33-inch model fits me really well. Mathews is, of course, still rocking their Engage grip, and everything else is exactly the same on this bow as compared to the V3X, with the exception of the split limbs. And of course, you probably already know about the integrated stabilizer system. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I really wanted to come outside here to give you an actual good audio feedback of this bow. I'm not wearing a lapel mic today like I usually do. I want you to kind of get like a person standing off to the side feel of this bow, because as Mathews says, this is the most vibration-free, quiet bow that they've ever had. This is the preview package bow that all dealers got, so this is set at $29.70. I put shots through it, mostly at my indoor range, which if you've ever seen any of our videos or if you visited the shop, you know that our indoor range is incredibly loud and echoey. So I kind of want to just shoot through this a little bit, kind of give my impressions on the bow, how it feels, my thoughts on the split limb system, as well as the integrated system, and just overall the feel and how the bow operates as a hunting bow. First things first, the Engage grip. Mathews has been rocking it for years. It's not my personal favorite grip. It's a little bit too round for me. I like a little bit flatter back grip, and I don't mind shooting off of the riser of most bows. I will say that for a 70-pound draw, that is fantastic. I am not a 70-pound guy. I am this year, though, just for kicks and giggles, to see how it's going to work out of my Athens Vista 35. But here, there's nothing. Now, that is 85% let off, so there's a little bit of a pretty, I'd not say a decent hump, or a little drop off there into the valley. I personally would shoot it at 80%. I have shot the switch weights before at 80%, and it feels fantastic. A little bit of a hump here, but the V3X last year, and I'll throw the link to that review in the description below, that particular bow, I don't know if it was just how I have an 11-day with my shoulder. I don't know if it was actually the way that bow is feeling. Same exact bow. Same exact riser geometry, cams, switch weight, $29.70. I felt just this random hump, like 5 to 6 inches left in the draw cycle, and there is nothing here, here on this Phase 4. And that's truthfully. Now, again, that 85% wants to take off on you, but this, the draw cycle's inarguably one of my favorites from 2023 in the lineups that have happened so far. Let's actually take this shot here and let's hear the bow itself. I have a Morel high roller down there, all foam target, the XL one. It's pretty cold today. It's in the low 30s, so that target's as hard as a rock. I think the arrow hitting it is louder than the bow itself. That's just me. I shot a couple shots here off camera this morning just to check audio levels and lighting and whatnot. And in just the 3 or 4 shots that I did here this morning, I mean, it is quiet. And I'm not one of these, oh, it's so dead in the hand, it's so vibration. The heck with all that. Every bow company, once you start throwing stabilizer sights and nice rests and everything, even a whisker biscuit, they're gonna be quiet. You can even throw extra, you know, limb savers, extra string leeches, whatever. You can quiet down a bow pretty daggum quick. And that's not even before you shoot maybe a heavier arrow. This arrow itself here, that one there without the lighted knock, is about 450 grains. This one here is about 465 grains. It's my personal hunting arrow. It's just a 300 spine Sirius Supernova 2.0, just a standard diameter thing. Nothing wild and crazy. I mean, It's a delightful bow to shoot. I said that about the V3X too, and it was quite snappy. I'll post speeds. I did shoot this through the chrono at my shop. I'll post speeds down in the description as well as here on screen. It's quite snappy for 2970, and the draw cycle I think is so much better than it was last year. But again, nothing's new, so I don't know if that's just recency bias, if that's maybe I did actually have a lemon day with my shoulder of the bow. But I'm gonna get these arrows and keep shooting and talk about the experience. I am very happy that Mathews decided to keep a 33-inch axle-to-axle bow in their hunting lineup. I was kind of nervous that they'd start going down to like the 31.5, 32 as their long bow, their long draw bow. I think the 33-inch should get more love than it probably does. The 29 probably gets it because it's sub 30, you know, super light, maneuverable. But I think the 33-inch axle-to-axle for any bow company, particularly Mathews with their oversized cams and their super long riser, I think it's a very stable all-around platform, not just for hunting, but 3D. And I think even you could take this easily into spots if you wanted to set it up in open or bow hunter class. I think you could easily shoot it that way. Yeah, again, I don't like that 85% drop off here, and here, you know, it takes off a little bit on you, but 70 pounds, you know, 29 inches is about 2 inches too short for me. Maybe it'd feel different out at 31 and a half, you know, but I mean, truthfully, there's no vibration. It is exceptionally quiet. The V3X I shot last year, I did not have a chance to shoot outside. I did shoot that at an indoor range as well. But even down there, it was still incredibly quiet. The balance of this bow, again, and this is a huge piece for me, right? Any bow company, when I pick up a bow and I just hold it, right now I'm just cradling it in the webbing of my thumb here, and I'm just supporting it here because obviously there's no tension for me holding the string. It should just sit there, and that's exactly what this bow does. This happened with the V3X33 last year, but it did not happen to Mathews of the past. So if you tried a Mathews of the past before and were not pleased with how top heavy it was, in particular top heaviness, that seemed to be an issue, falling down to the left as a right-handed archer, give the V3X33, or in this case the Phase 433, a definite hard look. I think you'd be much more pleased with the balance of it because the less torquing around you have to do, the easier it is to tune a bow, the less bias you have to impart, and the less stabilizers you have to add. So kudos to Mathews for keeping this bow balanced like it was last year. I think it would have been a huge step back if it wasn't. All right, so let's get on to what probably everybody wants to know about, at least my opinion on it, and that's all the bridge lock stuff that Mathews has started to incorporate. Now, I did get a dialed archery Arxos sight, which does fit this dovetail mount here with the bridge lock system for Mathews. It's the first dovetail I've ever had that will fit, so I actually am very interested to try that out, see how that balances, but that's not for this video. I'm more interested, of course, in the stabilizer system. So this is the 12-inch bar, and I will say that the fact that it can slide in and out, has the detents here with the locking screw here on the side, the wing nut, that it's actually a very unique, and I will say, very well thought out system. There's super tight tolerances in here. Like, this isn't sloppy. Like, you kind of have to give it a good wiggle to get it in and out. The machining on the aluminum is fantastic, and then on the riser itself, it works out really well. I do like the idea. As a dealer and as a consumer, and I think you know this as well, and what I'm about to say is I'm not thrilled with the price point. I think it's a tough, really tough pill to swallow for something that has been done from other companies of the past. What comes to mind is the Bee Stinger counter slide, which was a stabilizer bracket that stuck off to the side, and then you could slide the very long, I think it was like a 14 or 16-inch bar, both front and back. So you kind of had a front bar, back bar combined, and it had that pitch off to the side, and you can kind of play around with weight like they're all in one package. Now, it was kind of bulky and obtrusive because it did stick this entire bar off to the side. So I will say, in terms of streamlining, you can't beat this. And of course, I'm very thankful that they're not pigeonholing you to buying this. They still, of course, have the standard bushing to mount any stabilizer system that you want, both front and in the back. Again, the price point's a little bit tough to swallow. I will say, though, the balanced nature of this, it is all out front. All of the weight is out front, so at least that's high quality. With a stabilizer, you want as little weight in the tube and as much weight on the ends, because that then takes those fulcrums out further away from the bow. You don't have to add as much weight, and it makes it a much more balanced, stable system. But in particular for like the 29 and the 33, we're not talking target bows here, we're talking hunting bows. how much balance do you need, what kind of shots are you taking, those type of things need to be taken into consideration before you launch into a stabilizer system like this. Now, the fact that the colors will match perfectly, this is the granite here, of course this is the green ambush, so they don't match together, but the fact that you can get that, you can add as much weight as you want with a snap-on with the dovetail. I mean, they are very, very well machined weights here that go onto the end of the system. Yes, it's pricey, but if you definitely want the highest level of performance out of your Mathews, this is how you're gonna get it, right? This is just how it is, right? It's whenever a car company recommends you use their oil or their rear differential fluid or whatever it may be, that you use the correct OEM specified thing, and they'll tell you that's the best performance, and it better be because they're the ones testing it out of the factory. Mathews is just gonna give you the highest, tightest tolerance performance out of their stuff, but of course at the highest price points. So this then of course begs the question, well, who is this bow for? Is it worth upgrading, and particularly if you own a V3 or V3X? I have gotten that question, I don't even know how many dozens of times already since this bow launched, less than 2 weeks ago. And I would say if you already own the V3, you already own the V3X, and you're not super wound about having an integrated stabilizer system, or you're not super wound about the split limbs, and you think your bow is plenty quiet already, then this bow is not for you, at least not ready to upgrade just yet. However, if you're coming from any other style of bow, any other company, or if you're coming from an older Mathews, and I'm thinking, Halon and older, Triax and older, you're talking any of the single cams, the solo cam systems, the Z7, the Z7 Extreme, the Reason, the DXT, then this would be a phenomenal platform to upgrade to and to bring yourself, quote unquote, into the 21st century, if you will, at least where Mathews is sitting as a company right now. I don't think you can go wrong with this platform, right? This cam style, the cross-centric, the interior yoke, the long riser geometry, this has been done by Mathews since the Halon from 2015. And if your bow is older than that and you're looking to upgrade, this is going to be the bee's knees. This is going to be the highest level that you're going to get. I mean, that draw cycle's great. Like, I was really bummed with it last year. Yeah. I'm all about the shooting experience, right? I'm all about to the layman, what is the shooting experience like? And the shooting experience of the V, at least the 33, I haven't sat behind the 29 all that much, but of the 33 inch in particular, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw, and I'm drawing slow there to go through the draw cycle, right? If it were me, I would shoot this at 60 pounds all day because it's quite snappy. It's got a nice, generous brace height of 6.5 inches, and it's getting pretty good speeds. Like, that's great. I'd shoot at 80%, but that's great. All right, so I'm done blabbering on. If you have any further questions on the Phase 4 or any of the other bows from the Mathews lineup, 29, the 33, or their new Image, which is a lighter poundage bow, I'm actually really excited about that bow, and particularly for those of you with actually aging shoulders that really want to get down to shooting a 50-pound, 45-pound bow again and get yourself into bow hunting and not have to jump ship to a crossbow too soon. I think that one's also going to be a home run. But if you have any questions about any of the Mathews lineup or the Mission lineup, both their bows and their crossbows, feel free to send us an email at averagejackArchery@gmail.com. You can contact us through our website, averagejackarchery.com, or if you need to actually visit our store, you can always Google our hours and give us a call at 814-761-0675. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, and we'll get to see you next time.